They call you quiet. They ask, why don't you talk more? They look at you with pity, as if your silence is a defect, as if you were missing a piece of the human software. They mistake your silence for emptiness. They mistake your observation for shyness. They don't realize that while they are busy broadcasting their every thought, their every fear, and their every plan to the world, you are gathering ammunition. Machiavelli knew that in the game of power, information is the only currency that matters. And right now, the talkers are spending it. They are bankrupting themselves with every word they speak. But you are hoarding it. When you are speaking, you are blind. It is biologically impossible to observe the enemy while you are busy trying to impress him. The man who speaks is the man who reveals his throat. Today, we are going to validate your nature. I am going to show you why your instinct to stay silent is not a social disorder. It is a tactical advantage that emperors, generals, and billionaires have used for centuries to dominate the loud. Here are the 7 reasons why the man who says nothing is the only one who actually knows everything. Society has lied to you. From the moment you entered the school system, you were conditioned to believe that noise equals value. You were rewarded for raising your hand. You were rewarded for participation. You were told that to be a leader, you must be a people person. You must be an extrovert. You must be an open book. This is a lie designed to keep you weak. They trained you to be a prey animal. Look at nature. In the wild, who makes the most noise? It is the prey. The gazelle bleats when it is scared. The dog barks when it is anxious. The bird chirps to signal danger. Noise is a signal of distress. It is a biological plea for safety. It is the creature saying, I am here. Please don't hurt me. I am part of the herd. But the predator is silent. The tiger does not announce its attack. The spider does not explain the geometry of its web to the fly. The shark cuts through the water without a sound. If you feel an urge to fill every awkward silence with words, it is because your biology is currently set to prey mode. When the conversation stops, your brain releases cortisol, the stress hormone. You feel a physical spike of anxiety. You think, oh no, they hate me, or I'm being boring. So, you throw words into the void to soothe your own anxiety. You chatter to feel safe. Today, we are going to kill that instinct. We are going to rewire your response to silence. We are going to turn your silence from a source of social anxiety into a weapon of mass destruction. You are going to learn how to let the silence burn them while you warm your hands on the fire. The 48 laws of power, Law 4 states, always say less than necessary. Niccolò Machiavelli, the father of modern strategy, taught that the more you say, the more common you appear, and the less in control you seem. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you speak, the higher the chance that you will say something foolish. Think of the most powerful person you have ever met. Did they bubble with enthusiasm? Did they tell you their whole life story in the first 5 minutes? No, they listened. They watched. They measured you. And when they finally spoke, their words hit like a hammer because they were rare. When you control the silence, you control the reality. Here are the 7 tactical reasons why silence is the ultimate power move. Reason number 1, the observer effect. When you are talking, your brain is in output mode. You are consuming massive amounts of cognitive energy. You are focusing on your sentence structure, your tone, your vocabulary. You are scanning the other person's face for validation, wondering if they like you or if they are laughing. You are looking inward at your own ego. You are blind to the room. When you are silent, your brain shifts to input mode. You become the camera. You become the panopticon. In a prison, the panopticon is a central tower where the guard sits in darkness. The prisoners cannot see him, but he can see all of them. Because they might be watched, they behave. When you stop talking, you enter the tower. You start to see the things that the loud fools miss. You see the micro-expressions that flash across a face for a millisecond. You hear the slight crack in someone's voice when they are lying. You notice who looks at whom for approval before they speak. Imagine this. They say, "I think this new project is going to be a game changer for us." Honestly. The old, you would say, "Yeah, me too. I think it's awesome because the market is really ready for it." You are projecting. You see nothing. The Machiavellian, you stay silent. You lean back. You watch their eyes. You count to 3. They become uncomfortable and say, "I mean, there are some risks, obviously. I'm actually a bit worried about the budget, to be honest." By simply staying silent, you force them to reveal their true feelings. You broke their rehearsed script. You gathered the intel. They gathered nothing. You are playing chess. They are playing checkers. Reason number 2. Silence is a mirror for insecurity. The human ego creates a story to protect itself. Everyone walks around with a mask that says, "I am confident," or "I am successful." When you refuse to validate that mask, the ego panics. Silence acts as a mirror. Most people are desperate for feedback. They need you to nod, smile, and say, "Unhung, wow, really?" to confirm that they exist. When you don't give them that emotional food, when you just look at them with a neutral expression, the mirror turns back on them. They start to project their own insecurities onto you. They think, "Does he hate me? Did I say something stupid? Is he judging me?" To fix this anxiety, they will start explaining themselves. They will bid for your approval. They will start dancing for you. Consider this. They try to insult you by saying, "You're being really difficult today. You know that." The old you would say, "No, I'm not. I'm just tired." You don't understand. That is defensive. You have validated their frame. The Machiavellian you holds eye contact for 4 seconds. You do not blink. You do not frown. You do not speak. They will eventually break and say, "I mean, I know you're busy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just stressed." You didn't argue. You didn't fight. You let them drown in their own rudeness until they apologized to save themselves. You won without drawing your sword. Reason number 3, the economy of respect. This is Economics 101. Scarcity creates value. If a government prints too much money, you get hyperinflation. The currency becomes trash. You need a wheelbarrow of cash just to buy bread. Words are currency. The loud man, the guy who speaks 10,000 words a day, who has an opinion on the weather, the news, the food, and his feelings, has hyperinflated his value. His words are free. They are everywhere. So nobody wants them. Nobody listens to him because he is cheap. The dangerous man creates artificial scarcity. He speaks so rarely that when he finally opens his mouth, the entire room shuts up to listen. They lean in. They stop checking their phones. They know that his words are gold coins. They know that if they miss this sentence, he will not repeat it. Louis XIV, the Sun King, used this to control the French nobility. When his courtiers would present a complex, urgent problem to him, asking for a decision. He would listen in total silence for 20 minutes. The tension was unbearable. Then he would say 4 words, "I shall see," and he would walk away. This terrified them. It kept them frozen in anticipation. Be the gold, not the paper. Reason number 4, the fog of war. Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, "Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt." If you are always talking, you are predictable. You are broadcasting your strategy to your enemies. You say, "I'm going to apply for that promotion," or "I'm thinking of breaking up with her," or "I'm going to start a dropshipping business." You have just given your enemies the map. You have given them time to build countermeasures. The jealous co-worker will sabotage you. The toxic partner will manipulate you. The market will block you. The silent man is a ghost. No one knows what he is thinking. No one knows his next move. No one knows if he is happy or angry. Because they cannot read you, they cannot manipulate you. People fear what they cannot understand. When you are silent, you become a Rorschach test. They project their fears onto you. They assume you are smarter than you are. They assume you are more dangerous than you are. Let them. When a competitor asks, "So, what's your strategy for the next quarter?" the old you says, "Well, we're thinking of pivoting to AI and targeting the European market." That is foolish. The Machiavellian you says, "We are exploring a few options." What about you? They are fighting a shadow. They cannot defend against you because they cannot find you. Reason number 5, emotional imperviousness. Reaction is submission. I repeat, reaction is submission. When someone insults you and you get angry, you have submitted to their frame. You have given them the remote control to your nervous system. They pushed a button and you danced. The loud man is a puppet made of triggers. He is easily baited. He is easily offended. The silent man uses the grey rock method. He becomes as boring, unmovable, and uninteresting as a stone. When you refuse to react, you sever the emotional cord. You prove that your internal reality is stronger than their external chaos. This is the ultimate status move. It signals, "You are not significant enough to disturb my peace." Silence is the ultimate insult, because it implies that the other person does not even exist to you. Reason number 6, the confessor. People love to talk about themselves. It triggers the same pleasure centers in the brain as sex or cocaine. When you are silent, you become a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum, so people rush to fill it with their secrets. If you simply listen without judging, interrupting, or relating it back to yourself, people will enter a trance state. They will tell you things they shouldn't. They will tell you about their affairs. They will tell you about their financial fraud. They will tell you their deepest fears. Because you don't gossip, they think you are safe. But you are not safe. You are a vault. You now hold their leverage. They hold none of yours. This is information asymmetry. It is the basis of all strategic warfare. You know where the bodies are buried, and they don't even know your middle name. Reason number 7, the lethality of execution. Talking kills action. There is a biological glitch in the human brain. When you talk about a goal, your brain releases a premature hit of dopamine. You get the feeling of satisfaction as if you had already achieved it. You say, "I'm going to get in shape," and you get a dopamine hit. You say, "I'm going to be a millionaire," and you get a dopamine hit. Because you got the reward, you lose the drive to actually do the work. The energy leaks out of your mouth instead of flowing into your hands. This is why the people who post the most about hustling on social media usually have the least amount of money. The silent man understands that energy is finite. He bottles his pressure. He keeps his plans sealed in a pressure cooker. This builds internal tension. It builds frustration. That tension is the fuel for action. While the loud crowd is talking about what they will do, the silent man has already done it. He presents the finished corpse, not the plan of the murder. He shows the results, not the process. So how do you become this person? How do you kill the nervous chatterbox inside you? You must stop viewing silence as awkward or empty. You must start viewing silence as the void. The void is not empty. The void is heavy. It is a presence. When you sit in a room and say nothing, you are not doing nothing. You are holding the frame. You are emitting a gravitational field. You must become comfortable with the tension. When you stop speaking, the air will get heavy. The other person will fidget. They will cough. They will check their phone. They will look around the room. Let them. Do not rescue them from the silence. Most men are social saviors. They feel the tension and they rush to fix it with a joke or a comment. Stop saving them. Sit in the fire of that awkwardness and realize that it cannot burn you. It burns them because they are weak. It warms you because you are strong. This requires a death. You must kill the part of you that needs to be liked. You must kill the part of you that acts like a golden retriever, jumping up and down for attention, wagging its tail, hoping for a pat on the head. Kill the dog. Become the wolf. The wolf does not bark. The wolf watches. And when the wolf moves, it is already too late. I am not asking you to try this. I am giving you an order. For the next 24 hours, you are going to take a vow of silence. I don't mean you can't speak at all. That is impractical. I mean you will engage in tactical minimalism. Here are your rules of engagement for the next 24 hours. 1. Do not offer a single piece of unasked for information. If they didn't ask, don't say it. 2. Do not fill any awkward pauses. If the conversation dies, let it die. Stare at the corpse. 3. Answer questions with the fewest words. Possible, yes, no, perhaps. I don't know. 4. Observe. Watch the panic in the people around you. Watch how they scramble to fill the void you created. Watch how they reveal their true selves to you. You will feel the pressure in your chest, the urge to speak, the urge to explain, the urge to be nice. Suppress it. That pressure is your power growing. That pressure is your spine hardening. If you are ready to stop being the prey and start being the predator, if you are ready to shut your mouth and open your eyes, subscribe, but do not leave a comment telling me what you are going to do. Do not tell me, challenge accepted. That is cheap talk. Just go do it. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers.